Good morning, dear students. Up to now, we have completed our 6 chapters. Now, in your half-yearly exam, total 10 chapters will come. And 7th and 8th chapter is little bit lengthier. So, I'm going to start today your 9th chapter. And tomorrow, it will get over 9th chapter. So, here, the name of this chapter is Compiling and Running Java Programs. This chapter also we have done already in our 11th standard. So up to you can say that half-yearly syllabus is actually the revision of your 11th class. Then we will study the new concept after the half-yearly exam. So here discussing about what is Java. So Java is what? It is a programming language which is used to make the computer softwares. This is the very simplest definition of Java, and that is what given in your introduction part. Then here we are having bytecode. The second topic is bytecode. This one we will discuss it here. Come to this part, what is your bytecode? Okay, so when we will study this diagram, I will tell you what is the bytecode. So the topic is here ordinary compilation process. In this topic, we will study each and everything related to the Java compilation process. So look at here. Firstly, we will go through this paragraph. So as you know that a program is a set of instructions. Okay, so we use the Java language to make programs, and program is what? Set of some instructions given to a computer. The program written by a programmer is called what? Source code. So here first definition is your source code. Question will be, you will write the question what is source code. Okay, so here you can write the definition. The program or code written by a programmer is called source code, right? Then this source code needs to be converted into the machine language code. Reason? Because as you know that computer understand only machine language, not high level language. Means whatever language we generally use, the users which language is called what? Your high level language. But computer do not understand high level language, so it needs to be converted into a form which is easily understandable by the computer machines, and that is what your machine language. So whatever program you are writing, that will be in source code, that means in your high level form. Okay, it needs to be converted into your machine language code which a computer can easily understand. The process of converting a source code into machine code is known as compilation. So here your second question that you can make, what is Java compilation? Clear? So the process of converting a source code into machine code is known as Java compilation. Clear? Second question we have done from this paragraph. Now the next one is the converted machine code. The converted machine code depends a lot on the platform it is executing upon. Means whatever machine code will get generated, that depends on the platform on which you are running. That means whatever operating system you are using. If you are using Macintosh, if you are using Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows XP, or you can say Windows 2010. So whatever operating system, or you can say whatever platform you are using, on the basis of that your machine code will be generated. So that means for different platforms different machine code is produced. ऑब्वियसली वी आर सेइंग कि जो मशीन कोड है वो किस पे डिपेंड कर रहा है? प्लेटफॉर्म पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. तो जैसा आप प्लेटफॉर्म यूज़ करोगे उसी के अकॉर्डिंग क्या होगा? योर मशीन कोड विल गेट जनरेटेड, राइट? नाउ दिस रिजल्टेंट मशीन कोड इज नोन एज व्हाट? योर नेटिव एग्जीक्यूटेबल कोड. क्लियर? सो नेटिव मशीन कोड क्या होता है आपका? नेटिव मशीन कोड होता है जो मशीन स्पेसिफिक होता है. दैट मीन्स इट इज़ जनरेटेड फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर मशीन ओनली, एंड दैट मशीन कोड कैन नॉट बी अप्लाइड और कैन नॉट बी अप्लाइड ऑन द अदर machine, or we can say that it will not be valid for the another platform. So it is known as what? Your native machine code. So this one is your third definition here, right? Now there is an alternative to compile a high level language program. Instead of using compiler which translates the programs all at once, you can use an interpreter also which translates an it, that means the program, instruction by instruction as necessary. In order to execute a program, the interpreter repeatedly reads one instruction from the program, decides what is necessary to carry out the instruction, and then performs the appropriate machine language commands to do, and so on. Now, what is the meaning of it? Java, as you know, it uses both compiler and interpreter. Compiler and interpreter. Now, compiler converts the source code into machine code all at once. मीन्स सब कुछ एक साथ, पूरे कोड को एक ही साथ मशीन कोड में कन्वर्ट कर देता है. बट interpreter, what does it do? It convert line by line, or we can say instruction by instruction. So you can write it here, line by line, right? So it uses, Java uses both, compiler भी use करता है और interpreter भी use करता है. So compiler का काम क्या होता है कि all at once convert करना है, and it is converted line by line. So what is the advantage? क्या हुआ यहाँ पे advantage line by line करने का? See, if you will convert all at once, means if source code will get converted to machine code all at once, सब कुछ एक साथ हो जाएगा, तो obviously the errors which will get displayed will also displayed on the computer screen all at once. यानी कि सारी जितनी भी errors होंगी वो सब एक साथ print हो जाएंगी, and to rectify or to find out or to detect that in which line the error has occurred or to remove those errors will be little bit difficult. In that case what we do, we use interpreter also. तो वो line by line read करता है, एक line में error आएगी, उसका आपको notification show होगा screen पर, and you can remove, you can detect it easily, you can remove it easily, and after that the next line, and like so on. ठीक है? So this is the working of your compiler as well as your interpreter here. Now we will discuss the difference between ordinary compilation process and Java compilation process. This is the important question from your exam perspective. So here we are having two diagrams given. Your first diagram is for your ordinary compilation, second diagram for your Java compilation. So look at here, for the first one, this is ordinary compilation. So we write the source program. Now we have already done what is source code. Source code means the code which is written by the programmer. So हमने कोई program लिखा, this is known as what your source program. ठीक है? And when you will compile that program, so suppose this is user number 1, this is user number 2, and this is user number 3. Okay, so suppose user number 1 is using Macintosh operating system, this one. Second user is using Windows 98 operating system. Third user is using Unix operating system. So for the different, they will use a different compiler. ठीक है? Depend. तो ये क्या होगा, compilers के according different तरीके से perform करेगा on the basis of the platform. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, देखो user 1 के लिए क्या होगा, जो आपका machine code generate होगा, this machine code for Macintosh, ठीक है, the machine code for this is for Windows 98 and the machine code generated for your Unix operating system. ठीक है, यानी कि इसके लिए अलग कोड जनरेट होगा, इसके लिए अलग कोड जनरेट होगा, एंड फॉर दिस सिस्टम द डिफरेंट कोड विल बी जनरेटेड. ठीक है, एंड दिस वन यू कैन से एज द नेटिव मशीन कोड. बट दिस कोड वट एवर जनरेटेड फॉर दिस प्लेटफॉर्म कैन नॉट बी अप्लाइड फॉर दिस प्लेटफॉर्म. ठीक है, यानी कि मैकिनटॉश पे जो आपका मशीन कोड जनरेट हो रहा है वो आप विंडोज़ 98 पर अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते. दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू डू द चेंजेस इन योर सोर्स प्रोग्राम अगर आपको उसको रन कराना है तो. ठीक है, बट इन केस ऑफ योर जावा कंपाइलेशन प्रोसेस what will happen here is you will write a Java program, your source code, that will pass to the Java compiler. So here if you write a program, so suppose I am writing one class by the name hello, so your program will get saved by hello.java. But when you pass it to the compiler, so it will produce a object file. ठीक है, so or you can say Java मतलब .c, यू कैन से .c एक्सटेंशन से फाइल आपकी क्या होगी, सेव होगी. ठीक है, या फिर आप कह सकते हो .object से, .object एक्सटेंशन से. यानी कि यहाँ पे आफ्टर कंपाइलेशन यू विल गेट अ फाइल बाय hello.object, hello.this. ठीक है, आफ्टर दैट इट विल गेट पास टू दी then after that Java bytecode will be generated after compilation, and this bytecode will be passed to the JVM. ठीक है, You will write your source program that will get passed to the compiler. After that your object file will be generated. That object file, or you can also say that object file as your Java bytecode program. ठीक है, ये जो आपकी आफ्टर कंपाइलेशन जो आपका कोड बनता है उस कोड को क्या बोलते हैं, बाइट कोड. एंड दिस बाइट कोड इज मशीन इंडिपेंडेंट कोड, machine independent code, or you can say platform independent code. Now whatever this code is generated that will pass to your JVM. Now JVM क्या होता है, Java virtual machine. ठीक है, इसके पास जाता है. और JVM के में हमारे पास क्या होता है, इंटरप्रेटर. JVM is having its own interpreter. So ये इंटरप्रेटर के पास होता है. एंड फाइनली आप जो भी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम यूज़ कर रहे हो, नाउ सपोज दिस इज़ यूज़र 1, यूज़र 2 एंड यूज़र 3, उसके अकॉर्डिंग क्या होगा आपका यहाँ पे मशीन कोड जनरेट हो जाएगा फॉर द डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म. क्लियर है. सो हेयर नाउ लुक एट अगेन, वॉट एवर कोड इज जनरेटेड हेयर इट इज़ नोन एज योर नेटिव मशीन कोड. नेटिव मशीन कोड का मतलब पर्टिकुलरली जनरेटेड फॉर दैट मशीन ओनली. ठीक है, बट हेयर after compilation you are getting here what, Java bytecode. This bytecode is actually the platform independent code. ठीक है, and it is in the binary form. So that's why question can come in your exam that why Java is known as platform independent code. So you will give the reason for this bytecode. Because of this, when we compile our Java program, so our intermediate code is generated which is platform independent code, and hence this bytecode makes the Java as a platform independent language. Clear? So here we have done your ordinary compilation and Java compilation, right? So that's all for today, and then we will discuss one more thing is there, that is your JVM only. Just in short I'm going to give you the explanation for this. Look at here quickly. Bytecode definition you can write from here. See this one, the bytecode is a machine instruction for a Java processor chip called JVM. The bytecode is independent of the computer system it has to run upon. So this one you can write the definition for bytecode. Clear? One more, JVM. See, look at here, one more thing. In the note part, look at here, Java programs are compiled and their bytecodes are produced. The bytecode are always exactly the same irrespective of the computer system they are to execute upon. It means what कि जो आपका bytecode जनरेट होता है वो हर जगह हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्या होता है, सेम रहता है. मतलब डू नॉट गेट चेंज, यानी कि डिपेंड नहीं करता है आपके किस पे, ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म. सो इट इज़ ऑलवेज सेम. इसलिए हम क्या बोलते हैं कि जावा इज़ व्हाट, अ प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंट. ठीक है, सो राइट दिस नोट ऑल्सो. And after that, look at here, programs written in Java are compiled into the Java bytecode. Obviously when we'll compile it, we get a intermediate code known as your bytecode, which is then interpreted. उसको फिर से इंटरप्रेटर के पास किया जाता है, यानी कि which is then further interpreted by a Java interpreter for a specific platform, and this Java interpreter is known as what, your JVM. So JVM is integrated with your Java platform, or you can say JVM is itself known as what, your Java interpreter, right? So write the definition for your Java interpreter or for your JVM up to here. Okay, bytecode definition we have done already. Now one more thing is there, that is your Java API. Now on your computer system, look at this block diagram. On your computer system you are having what, your Java virtual machine. Now Java virtual machine is integrated with your Java interpreter as well as Java API also. On that you will write what, you will use Java प्रोग्राम. ठीक है, तो जावा प्रोग्राम आप किस पर रन करते हो, JVM पे रन करते हो. और JVM के अंदर क्या होता है, जावा APIs होते हैं. नाउ APIs आर व्हाट, दैट इज़ योर एप्लीकेशन प्रोग्रामिंग interface. This is the definition for it. So JVM is combined with the Java API which makes the Java platform. ठीक है, and these are the libraries of compiled code. This is the definition here. These are the libraries of compiled code that can be used in our program. Or you can also say it as like Java API is the list of all the classes that are the part of JDK. What is JDK? Java Development Kit. ठीक है, so you can say कि Java API includes all the Java packages, classes as well as interfaces. So this one was your explanation up to here only. In the next video we will discuss the rest of the chapter. Thank you.